as you haven't had an opportunity before. Do we have any questions for the coach? Yes, Lawrence.
Coach, the stands, there were a couple of players, Richard Foley, Kermit Erasmus, suspension injuries or just tactical?
No, Richard is suspended, accumulation of yellow cards, and Erasmus, he had a very small problem in Sekukune's game in Polokwane, was not available for today's game. Who did you ask me for? Somebody else? Only, yeah. That's the reason why they were not in the list.
Yes. Coach, just going back to the game, and I think, as you say, you had a very good first half, maybe not taking chances there. But when an opponent gets a red card, one expects that you will make use of the advantage. What do you think worked against you using that advantage effectively in the second half?
I said before already, usually you need to, in these type of scenarios, the opponent do what they did. There was not a surprise. Two lines of 4 players, deep and close and narrow, so you need to keep the field very open. I think in that sense we did it well. We managed to find Shandu many times open, and in a position where he can deliver good passes, good crosses. We try to keep their back four as entertaining as possible with 2 strikers, more positional than in the first half with Lepas and with Salem. We try with Chuk and with Evanga to have these 4 players far from our number 10s and center midfielders, but there were moments where we were not patient enough. Our 10s or number 8s, I don't know, however you want to call it, we came too wide and too close to the ball. You need to guarantee that you don't have many players behind the ball in that type of a scenario. I think we managed to do it well in the first line, but then we were missing every time one more pass to try to move one of the players in the last line out of the line and have a bit more space and time for our forward players. So most of the chances came from lateral crosses or cut passes from our wingbacks, and we didn't find the touch. We didn't find the proper timing to filter 1 or 2 times the ball also in the central corridors where we could be much more dangerous, of course, because then you play out and the opponent has time usually to get organized and defend close to the keeper, and it's quite difficult to get the advantage. So like I said, I cannot say that I wouldn't like that my opponents are playing with 1 player less, but in this case the scenario of the game changed totally. We have the situation, really under control, more than in control. We have the situation where we wanted, and then in the second half we found a scenario that it's difficult to deal with it. But once again, I think we shot around 15-16 times. We have 15 corners. I don't know the amount of free kicks around. So I think we generate enough, but again, was not possible today.
Do you have any further questions for the coach? Go ahead, Noted.
Coach, you just said you were never consistent and you had a good first half. Now I want to find out from you. Unprecedented loss, offensive loss during the week. Does it mean the morale is down in the players, or yes or no?
No, absolutely. We know the reasons why we didn't get a good result in Polokwane is done. The way you only need to see and check the way we approach the game today, the way that the guys start the game, the first minutes, the first half. We went, really with pure determination towards the goal and really commit with the fact that we wanted to get 3 points here at home and continue the good performances and good results that we were collecting recently here in Orlando. So this is, of course, we are a bit upset today because we were really looking for the 3 points, like I said, but the moral is this is just the beginning. This is gonna be a tough season for everyone with no time to lose the moral or the motivation, or no, not at all.
Joe from Soweto Life Make Online. Coach, I just want to find out, as we were watching the game, we could see that the players are getting frustrated, especially when they were calling for the ball. The passer, about several times, he was not passed the ball. And every time the players make runs to call for the ball, they will hold it. Was that your strategy, or it was just an individual decision from the players?
I'm not sure if I understood the question. You mean
They were holding too much on the ball.
holding?
When the player makes a run, he's expecting the ball, they will hold it. Was it your game plan?
No. I'm in this case sorry, but I'm disagree. Maybe could be 2 or 3 situations, but not as a predominant action. If we go to the first half, the predominant action was most of our progressions starting from the left, and we progressed quite quick to the last phase, straight from Hoto or with movements to the space from Lepasa and Saleng, and then changes of orientation from Ino, getting height with Londlo and sometimes with Moselle, and finalizing with Shandu in the other side. So I think our first half was quite fast football as we tried to play, going to the goal as soon as possible. And the only drive-ins that I remember so far were more motivated for the position of our wing-backs, and sometimes coming inside with drive-ins. It's something that we try to provoke as well, to mobilize the back line and try to find movements behind. I think they did it in that sense quite well. Then if one of our forward players sometimes hold the ball too much, I think this is natural in the forward players. They are used to sometimes solve the situations themselves, and if sometimes they are a bit selfish, I don't think that is a negative thing actually. I think the forward players needs to be also sometimes, have that determination and that intention to finalize the action themselves.
Tim?
Coach, I'm looking at the reality, the way Pirates started and how things are turning out to be, from coming from a loss and then drawing at home. It tells me that you are losing grip on the teams that are above you. Is it too early to worry about missing out on the chance of staying within the chasing pack, within the top 3, or even as it started when you were at number 1, Sundowns 2, number 3, Chiefs, whatever. Are you worried about such stats where you feel like you're losing the grip of at the top, or you're still giving it a long run to go?
No, not at all. I think it's like I said before, it's a tough competition. You see how difficult it is to win one game in the league, even to score one goal. Nobody's getting, easy victories. No, this is just the beginning of the competition. We are in the first part of the season. October is gonna be long for everyone. I'm sure that we're gonna finish this first part of the season in the end of October, with not a big gap between the top teams, and not even a big gap in between with the middle table. But let's see. This is just a prediction. I don't know what's gonna happen, but What we cannot do is to win 2 games in a row and think that we're gonna destroy everyone. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking in general about everything. The teams are going through different moments during the season, and yeah, we are now in a moment where we are having problems to capitalize our offensive phase in terms of goals, and that's what is keeping us far from the possibility to get 3 and 3 and 3 and be more consistent. But the fact that we are a very competitive team in every phase of the game, in everyone, we are a team with the capacity to sink the opponent in their box, with the capacity to defend one result, to keep a clean sheet. We are a difficult team to deal with it in transitions. All of those things makes me feel, very positive. I'm a super optimistic person, like I said many times, and I'm sure that the breakdown is coming, and is coming soon. And in the moment that we get that confidence and that determination also to start the games like we did it today, but in a consistent way, like more times, not sometimes, we're gonna be, if it's not on the top, very close, and I think it's gonna be an interesting fight this season.
Final 2 questions.
Coach,
Mhm.
I noticed during the game you called Zakele Libasa over to the to the touchline more than once.
Mhm.
What were you not happy with, or what did you want to see from your attacking line? Rather, maybe going into the next game, what improvements would you like to see from your attacking line, and also any updates on players like Thembinkosi, Lorch, evidence, injuries, are you resting them?
So 3 questions. With Lepasa, I call him, just a tactical detail, about our approach, and trying to explain him how to give one more solution to Maela, to in our building up, because of one specific situation that was happening there in between Lepasa, Hoto, and Maela. Things to improve in our attack. What I was a bit upset in the beginning, I think today we cannot talk about the last touch, not too much in my opinion, and we can talk more about the second last. Like I said before, I think we had I'm talking with what I saw, live there in the game, but I remember many situations that we should finish with a simple thing, and we try to do something not so simple, like more complicated. So we need to work on that. And update about
Lorch,
he hasn't been available the last 1.5 months, I think, after Supersport game, and I hope he's gonna make it soon. We spoke about what happened in that game already. Who else? Evidence is it's now training with the group since maybe 1 week ago, so it's close. Now getting the rhythm, training with the group, and yeah, that's it.
Can you take us on the final question? All right.
Coach, we've all seen that Pirates have played much better in previous years. There's an identity, there's a structure, but the supporters are getting frustrated. Do you just have any words to say to them? Because it can get toxic if you don't make Pirates fans happy.
I think so far every Pirates fan can feel, and I can guarantee them that they can be proud of the efforts that the boys are doing every single day. The level of commitment, it's so high, and I'm extremely surprised about how quick the guys are reducing times, the proper times that you have in every process when you start to build something from, not from zero, but from the base, like we did. There's many things that, like I said before, makes me feel extremely optimistic about the future of the team. We prove how competitive we can be in every single scenario in both competitions, the both two competitions that we play at the moment. And like I said before, I know that fans are, well, they want to see the team winning games and talk about the process when we don't get the result that we all were looking for. It's not maybe what they want to listen. I know I'm on the map. I know where I am, but the only thing that we can do is work like super professionals every morning, and that's what the guys are doing, and that's the only thing that you can do if you can have success in life. And what the work that they are doing is exceptional, and the results are going to be the consequence of that. So let's see where we are, all of us, in the end of the season, and let's do the analysis or the deep analysis in that moment, and not after 9 or 10 or 11 games.
Okay, thank you, Coach. On that note, we've reached the conclusion of our press conference, and thank you everyone for participating. Thank you.
Thank you.